Hi guys, welcome to tonight's Robin Hood Diaries. And tonight is going to be focused on, as promoted, Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead. It was sort of going to span, everything. I got like Grace Jones stories. I've got, a lot of concert stories. Maybe we'll put that into another show or whatever. But tonight is dedicated to Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead. So, some interesting little tidbits here from a deadhead. That sounds weird, but anyway. So props to the newbies. I got to tell you, those Gen Zers who are discovering the dead, and those late in life that really didn't know too much about the dead, but are rediscovering the dead. And more props and more power to their discovery process. However, and I don't want to offend anybody, but we all know that a true Deadhead has been to a Deadhead concert, Grateful Dead concert, right? That's a Deadhead. I mean, hello, at least one. So I'm not trying to judge anyone that's not really a Deadhead, but I just want to encourage your advocacy and pursuit of the dead and all that good stuff. However, again, so have you ever slept in your van waiting for a Dead concert? I mean, like for hours, like a day in a crappy van. I have. Have you ever followed the Dead? Like, at any point written down like where their next concert was, let alone where the next 2 years of concerts are? No? Okay. First of all, if you're a Deadhead, you're 50 or over. Is she? Nevertheless, have you, I don't know, have, I mean, I don't want to ask what you were doing in the van, so let's just stop there. But, I was in a teen group therapy in '82, and I was dealing with deadheads back then. I mean, they're not runaways, but they were these teenagers, boys and girls, at least four of them in the group of eight, that really just, come hell or high water, knew every single move the Dead was making over the next 6 months to a year and would throw themselves in front of a train to be there. And that was the Dead experience. So, if you have not had the experience, then more power to your pursuit of all that good stuff that is the Grateful Dead. But those of us that may be out there that think they're authorities on the dead or whatever, just consult your nearest deadhead. Or, I need to make this disclaimer of sorts, that Dead cover bands know what the shit they're talking about. Okay, so I am not dissing any Dead cover bands, because they wouldn't, they know exactly what they're doing. They know from whence they came. They're the same age usually, by and large, and they had the Dead experience, which if you have not had, you're not really a Deadhead. And you really have no place of authority. I'm kidding, you guys. Anyway, so here's my third Deadhead story. How quick can you be with Jerry, right? Oh well, okay. So quick backstory. Very close friends of ours, Jeannie, her husband, their two children. He's a director, she's a makeup artist. They have two beautiful children. There's me, there's my stepdad, there's my mom. We're all in the commercial television industry, many years, Thanksgivings, yada, yada. So it was no big deal for Jeannie to have me do, the occasional exciting thing because of all these connections. Not like Hollywoody connections, but like, hey, being around the right people all the time. So she had tickets to a Dead concert at Irvine, Meadows, and I could nail this down in 1986. I'm almost positive. Feel free to do the research. But it was Irvine, Meadows, mid-ish to later, not so much-ish, 80s. That was the concert. Big concert. Irvine Meadows is no joke. It's a pretty big venue. And I knew that. So I'm now suddenly invited to a Dead concert like it's nothing. And okay, so whatever. So I jump to the chase. So she's a really cool chick, this Jeannie, who's this wonderful lady, mother, and so forth. Bobby's wife. So yeah, I smoke out. I smoke out on the way to the concert, on the way to Irvine Meadows. Yeah, I mean, whatever. It's Jeannie and I. I mean, whatever. So, but what she did not know is that I had also taken an eighth of mushrooms because I was going to where I was going, and a dead concert is a new. It's like a transfusion. So I needed to be well equipped for my transfusion. So yeah, I took nearly a quarter. Well, whatever you would consider a quarter of a sandwich bag. That was about as much as I took. High tolerance at that time over several years. So we arrive. I did not expect this to be a super mega VIP experience. That is not what I expected. It's just as a deadhead. I mean, I don't consider myself a deadhead, but as an experiencer, um, I'm not used to this plastic card shit. I'm the guy in like well, like the third row who looks like he's staring at a train that's oncoming. So, so I'm hustled and rustled, and it's all cash. Jeannie's here. I guess she expects that I expected this. I did not expect this. So I'm now so I'm given all these plastic tags, like necklaces shit, more than one. It's like important, and then you're allowed to do other important. I don't know. I mean, like I said, I had to buy my own tickets. I'm not that kind of whatever with the debt. So now I've got all these like fancy necklaces around me with badges and stamps on them. And Jeannie's off, whatever contact that, brought us there, she's over there. So I'm like lone wolf, right? So get this, guys. Okay. So I'm smoked out fully. Now I'm peaking on mushrooms. Sorry, guys. Don't do it. Just say no. And I'm in this unexpected VIP experience. So I'm your average dead Joe, and then by magic, my lovely Jeannie and family and friends get me into this uber VIP dead experience that is like completely blindsided. Anyone would blindside anyone, much less someone who has had some Burmese Thai and a quarter bag of mushrooms. So next thing you know, and I'll sort of back up a little bit, is I am literally, you guys, 15 feet away from Jerry Garcia playing. He's over there, broad daylight. I'm allowed this willy-nilly everything but hold a cocktail access wherever and as close as I want to be. There is nobody stopping me from tackling anybody. And I'm standing there, and of course I'm there forever. What am I going to move? And so, but I listen, swear to Christ. Okay, so he's there. The proximity is so close. I want to say 10 feet, but I'm going to be liberal. And of course the rest of the band. But there's Jerry, Jerry's Jerry, and he can be in a crowd and he's still a light bulb. And so, first of all, I'm digesting this experience, and then he's looking at me, and it's in this way that's kind of like, not like, hey, hi, who are you, whatever, but it's more of a dig this kind of vibe that he's giving me, with a smile over and a smile back and a smile at the audience, smile over. Dig this, of course. I'm at, I don't know what time it is in the world. I'm in spacelessness and timelessness at this point. Of course. The takeaway, one of the many, is then after a lot of this intermingled, I'm looking at the audience, right? So I'm 15 feet away from Jerry. He's doing his magic, and I'm in Irvine Meadows, which is a huge venue, and I'm peeking on mushrooms, and so then I'm engaging the visuals, the reality check at this point of there's the Irvine Meadows staring at me and us. I am literally behind a speaker, like kind of casually off to the corner of a speaker. They can all see me. I mean, as they can other folks, but you can see a roadie or two here and whatever. When you're at a dead concert, it's not like, you're a Madonna where there's a spotlight on, one person or anything. It's an experience. It's an experience for us, an experience for them, and an experience for the people on the stage here, and certainly an experience for Jerry and the rest. So I'm looking at this audience, man, and not only am I seeing what I'm seeing, which I'm, not used to seeing, but I know what I expect to see, but surpassed expectations. So I'm gazing out at this crowd. You guys, man, do you know what it's like to look at an audience that big, full of full tilt, full throttle deadheads, staring up at Jerry's solo on whatever? I'm just going to say it flat out. I mean, the experience is the experience, but let's get real, guys. And those expressions, but like a throng. I mean, you know what a throng is? That's a throng of not identical faces, but this just, it's like, I guess, seeing the Pope, but like if you were really, if you, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. You have to have been there. You have to have been to a Dead concert. I really don't know what else to tell you. But again, oh my God, we're going over. The ultimate takeaway again was this visual and extended. I wasn't just like 5 minutes. The whole thing. I mean, I wanted to go on forever. She finally had to come and like say, okay, we got to give back the tags or something. I don't even know if it's over, it's begun, whatever at that point, because I'm hours into this, right? And this like dream bubble. But like I said, the takeaway was especially one segment of it, the front segment of your first, like really what a band can see, basically that segment of that audience with all those expressions that I know exactly where they're coming from, just in awe, in simple terms, in awe, all staring at Jerry doing his solo, peeking on mushrooms, 15 feet away, with him looking at me, like acknowledging my existence. Hello, in 1986, they were, quite alive and well at that time. So I don't remember the rest of the evening, to be honest with you. I know I did not end up going home with Jeannie. That I can tell you, as y'all can probably, in one form or another, knowing of the Dead experience, that unexpected things are always expected. And so I ended up in somebody's car. I think I indulged again because it was a Volkswagen. Who cares? Anyway, yes, I indulged again. And yes, we spent a very, very, very long time in that parking lot. Because you know what? There's not always a huge rush for everybody to like speed out of the parking lot of a Dead concert. So there was the lull and the get ready. I wasn't driving. And I made it home. That much I remember, aside from the orgasmic experience of having another Dead concert. 15 frigging feet away, guys. I could smell the goddamn patchouli from the front row. Okay. Love you all. I hope some of you are Deadheads watching this, but otherwise, I hope it was interesting and informative. And that's my concert show that just basically went full throttle Jerry Garcia and the Grateful Dead. Tomorrow, I've got something else. I've got 2-3 things lined up for the next few days, and another thing and another thing, which are real things. So thanks for joining me. I don't know, I can't read shit, but we're here, and I hope it wasn't too long, and I hope my experience jives with your experience, or you can appreciate the Grateful Dead experience. Okay, bye.